In this video, we're going to look at Alphabet business model, but also we'll try to understand how the company is structured and how its overall business strategy is developed around a business model which is divided in three areas: the core business model, the diversified part, which is also connected to the core business model, and then the other part, which is about bets that the company is placing on the future. So we look at the business model of Google by moving across like a few steps. We look at the key product that the company has. So remember, the company now is called Alphabet, but the core product of the company is still Google, the search engine. Then we move forward and understand how the company is actually acquiring data and why we can call it this vertical integration, even though it's done for a digital business like Google is. Then we look at the core business, and then we look at the diversified part of the business, which is connected to the core business. And as a fifth step, we look at the bets that the company is placing on the future and why it's important to have this kind of structure for your business potentially. So the business model of Alphabet, which is the company that has as a core product Google, we saw how the Google search engine, which is transitioning more and more into becoming a discover sort of engine, is also the key core product of the company. We saw how the company actually went through a process of vertical integration over the years, and it took many years. It's not a process that happened right away, and now the company spends a lot of money to actually keep its core business going. Its core business is made of three key parts. We have the Google network members, all the websites or apps that show advertising within their their either website or application. You have the Google search products, where Google makes money by showing advertising on its core products and its core properties. And the main platform where this happens is Google Ads. And then we have the video part, which we have YouTube Ads, which is very similar as product to Google search engine, but is more like a search engine for videos. At the same time, YouTube is transitioning as well to becoming more and more sort of discover platform, where you have a feed and you can see as much content as you want, even though you're not using at all the search mechanism that there is within the platform. So it's very important to understand this transition. For those who are still focusing right now on looking at search as a core business of the company, this might be changing very quickly in the future. There are new markets opening up, and right now search might be still an industry important in the future, but we will see industry that will open up space to many billions of users across the world. And this will happen when we will have a sort of mechanism which is a completely discovered mechanism, where the company can push directly information to users without them inputting any sort of search mechanism. And we saw also the diversified part of the business with other things like the Google Cloud, where Google is fighting against other giants like Microsoft and Amazon. At the same time, we have other things like hardware, the Playstore, and the other part of the YouTube business, which is based on membership and really getting premium content without advertising on the platform. And then the bets part, that although is very marginal in terms of revenues, is actually an interesting part. It's where probably the future may be in terms of creating a new business model. So in this sort of strategy, you see that you have a core business, you have a diversified part of the business which is connected to the core business, and then you have other bets which might not be connected at all to the core business, but is where the company is placing bets that might turn out to be successful in the future.